It is a beautiful day outside, and I am spending it organizing things. Sort of. Actually, what I came across was I have these three systems here. I guess we're not allowed to see that anymore. I got these three things here, and the intention is to put these somewhere else so that they're not sitting there. And of course I got to deal with these in order to get them in a more permanent location, figure out what is and is not for keeps out of that pile. I think pretty much none of it, honestly, although the two compact laptops I'm going to combine into one. There'll be a video about that eventually. Probably my next video. Anyway, this middle machine is the old family computer from a long, long time ago. Well, actually, it's not that long ago. It was 2012. It was put together in 2004, I believe. Maybe a little bit sooner than that. I'd have to look at some of the dates. I am a stickler for keeping things original and keeping things how they were. So I've got the case, and I'd like to keep the case, and so that makes this a really difficult decision, but I'm going to get rid of this case because, let's face it, this thing is shot. Look at this. I don't even know what happened to this. It got all bent because I put stuff on top of it and I tried to pound it back out. The cover doesn't sit on anymore. The screw hole at the top is bad. The covers are just absolutely bent. And I think they make pop cans out of better quality metal than this. I mean, look at this. Look at this crap. You can bend that in like it's nothing. So I'm going to pull all that out and put it into this, which has a Pentium 4 in it. It's not of any real value to me. I have no need for a Pentium 4. I'll keep the board anyway because it's a socket 478 Pentium 4 board with no bad caps, which is a rarity. But that's all going to come out of there. And I'm going to put that hardware in, and we'll call it good. Should get an LG DVD burner. Put that in there, but maybe that'll come later. Here's a look at the existing hardware. There's no hard drives in here. I thought I had the hard drives from the machine in. I was going to use it for another project, and that never materialized. It's not. So anyway, I'm going to pull all this out. And I don't know, does this power supply even have a Pentium 5 P4 power connector on it? I don't think it does. No? No, it does. It's right there. Yeah, but this board doesn't need it. This is an old socket A. It's got a 1300 Thunderbird on it. Real hot stuff for the time, but pretty junky now. Anyway, so I'm going to pull all this out, get rid of this carcass, and see where we go from there. Okay, it's pretty much emptied of everything that's useful in any way for anything. So I wanted to point out that they did not really install this motherboard properly. It was a micro ATX board, as you might have seen. But they didn't use 6 standoffs, which that board has the positions for. They used 2 proper metal standoffs, and then 2 little plastic things. So whatever, I guess. There were 2 open spots. They should have been a standoff, and there wasn't. Oh well, whatever. It's done now. I'll put the side panel on, dispose of this, and tear into that thing. Okay, here's what's in the Pentium 4 thing. And I'm going to pull that power supply out. But I'm going to leave this optical drive alone. Of course, I will install a floppy. You can see you don't get nearly as many places to install a hard drive in this. But this is coming out. This cable can be used. I'm not even going to use that cable. I'll take that cable out. The rest of this should be okay. Pull out all the stupid blanks. Those are pretty stupid. Put proper ones in there. See where we go. with the old and with the new. So there it is. Now I get to have the fun task of hooking up all the front panel stuff. Hooray. Well, there it is. In place. We hit a snag. Pretty major snag. The front panel, a little button for the floppy drive, is not working. Didn't really seem to matter how I did it. This button would keep popping in and it wouldn't work with the floppy drive anyway. So I had to pop out the little cover on the front and use this bay. So that's going to look kind of stupid, but oh well, it works. All the buttons, I think, work. Back is stuck, but that's okay. That's the only thing wrong with it. I really don't care. I think it's time to junk it up with the power supply. Well, it's not quite as junky as I anticipated it being. Probably mostly because I did some cable management, if that's what you can really call it. Just shove all the extra cables underneath the optical drive. But I noticed this power supply is old enough that it's got the, I believe they called this the P2 power connector, or the auxiliary, as it says on this. I cannot remember the last time I saw this used on a PC. I know that there are some Sun Ultra workstations that use it, but I cannot remember the last time I saw this used on a PC-based board, if ever. So that's kind of neat to see. Anyway, put this out of the way, and then we can actually probably fire this thing up and try it out, see if it works. Okay, ready for this thing not to work. You can also see how much power it draws. I got it plugged into that evicted UPS back there. Here we go. Here it comes. That floppy drive did not sound very good. Now it has locked up. That's a good sign. There it is running. CPU is kind of roasting a little bit. Look at that V-core. That's really funny to see, considering modern CPUs use like less than 1 volt. How much power is it actually drawing from the wall? Let me check. Hold on, this thing. 80 watts. I have a floppy in the drive. I changed the floppy drive because it was bad. Of course, that doesn't necessarily sound much better, but it is working. I'm going to show you something really funny. And I've never noticed about DOS setup because I've never actually tried this. The usual little warning. And check this out. On floppy A disk. That's really funny. Anyway, I think that's it for that. I don't have anything else to share, so that is all for that. I'm still a little annoyed that I couldn't get this to work. But if it's broken, it's broken. There's not much you can do.